the room.
Fantastic.
Oh, look at the class, look at the moves. Good man. These guys I trust with my life. We're gonna brainstorm some ideas about what we're gonna do in the future. See you in a minute. What's going on, everyone? Hanging out with Amy Kite here from good old Busch Wildlife, and the hours are ticking down. How many days left on this facility?
This place, 18 days. We're shutting it down September 9th.
It's gotta be bittersweet. I mean, it's so many years. How long have you been at this place?
Wow, you know what's crazy? It'll be right after my 19th anniversary that we shut this place down.
That's
September
crazy.
4th is my 19th.
Wild. So here we are. There's Freddie. We're definitely gonna do a video when it's time to move Freddie to the new facility. But today, I wanted to show you just a little bit about what's going on. Let's head on over. I'm really excited to hang out with Amy and walk through there. This is hallowed ground here in Jupiter. I mean, this has been an amazing relationship you've had with the community here. I mean, the Treasure Coast, Palm Beach County, everyone knows Busch Wildlife. They've been really, really good to me, helping me with animals. I've in turn helped you guys out.
Absolutely.
It's so much fun. I've learned a lot here at the sanctuary. But today we have something exciting. Our friends at CustomCages.com, they were here a while back. I introduced them to Amy, and Amy had a need. Yes, there's a lot of needs.
These guys that we're walking by right now.
All these
need a new home.
All these birds are going to get some new cages, huh?
Yes.
Okay, well, what I'm sure Amy does know this. What you guys don't know is that the guys from Custom Cages are here in Florida. They are at the new campus, the new Busch Wildlife campus right now, and they are actually they're installing the new cages for these birds of prey.
They call them the Suncatcher.
That's right.
Suncatcher habitat. So these, actually, since I've been here, we've had 2 renditions of these. We used to have these old little wooden ones, and then we moved into these, which were the upcycled, recycled wood enclosures now. And they've been great, but they're, not the most aesthetically pleasing. We wanted more space for these birds, and so we went with the Suncatcher design, and Custom Cages helped us out big time, thanks to Kamp Kenan.
I appreciate that. That's all right. I always like to help and bring. One of the things I enjoy doing is bringing good people together, and this way you get help, Custom Cages gets help, and I get to make videos about it. Are the birds, macaws and everything, are they getting their own cages as well?
Well, we're actually going to repurpose those and move those over with us.
Perfect.
A couple of the macaws are actually going to go home with some of our volunteers.
Awesome.
They're going to retire, and then we're going to turn those into songbird habitats at the new place.
All right, so let's can we go behind here and kind of look? I know it says employees only, but I might have it in here.
VIP access.
That's so cool. I want to show you guys just some of the animals that are going to be making their way into these new habitats. So we've got, of course, the barred owl, and all these animals are animals that may have been injured in the wild. They can't go back out into the wild, right?
So like lefty and righty, one's blind in the left eye, one's blind in the right eye. So they've been with us. These guys are 2 of the birds that have actually been here longer than I have.
Really?
Yeah.
How
been
long
here forever.
will barred owls live?
In captivity, they go over 30 years in captivity.
Get out of here. That's amazing.
Yeah. So,
wow, that's
and
cool.
then Chris Johnson, who was found by a local landscaper in the area, named Chris Johnson.
Okay.
So our barn owl here, who'll be moving over with us.
That's awesome.
Mo and Schmo.
Wow, great horn.
Are great horned owls. The female being the larger one there. Female's about 30% larger than the males.
And that's just because she has to facilitate the egg production and so on?
Egg production and incubating the eggs. Wolfgang, a red-tailed hawk.
No way.
Another one that lost an eye and has a wing injury after being hit by a car.
That's what, wow, really? So they were hit by a car. What happens? They come down to scavenge?
To grab food, and then they end up getting hit. They're great speed, but not a great braking system.
Okay.
No red shoulder. These guys tend to be a little bit more on the hyper side, so you'll notice you're like, whoa, somebody's on the wrong side of the fence. Oh. Cooper's hawk right up and close. You can actually see the damage here. You can see where that eye was what's considered enucleated, removed. And that's often we do that for management issues. So that eye was ruptured, and if you leave it in there, it causes a lot of pain. So removing it actually, when they're going to be staying in captivity, is just less pain for them. It just has a better quality of life.
So Cooper's hawks, I didn't even realize that these were native to Florida.
Yeah, also known as a chicken hawk. So a lot of times people put bird feeders out, and it's going to draw in the doves and the small birds like that, and the Cooper's hawks love it because you basically open a buffet for them.
There you go.
We've got an empty right now.
Okay. So well, what's going to happen to these enclosures? Are you going to take these down and repurpose them?
No, these are free to a good home if you need them.
I'll take them. Yeah.
They're yours.
Oh man, that's
Pierre,
awesome.
this is another one that's been here longer than I have. And you notice Pierre
Caracara.
is what? Yep, crested caracara. The you'll notice the radical amputation. So back prior to the mid 1990s, you could actually amputate a bird's wing all the way up to the shoulder.
Okay.
That was outlawed back in the mid 1990s, and so because the problem is the birds really have a lot of equilibrium issues. They tend to fall over a lot. They have a lot of phantom limb syndrome where they actually have pain that they're sensating. And so they don't do that anymore. But Pierre is one of the last few left that has that radical amputation.
So now, being that he's got this amputation, he can still kind of get up onto all this furniture?
No,
or
not all of this. We did have another one that was in here,
Okay.
Diablo. So a lot of the higher stuff was for Diablo, and you'll see we have small ramps and things like that.
That he can kind of
They
work
also
on.
really they like to tear stuff up and move stuff around. So Pierre's always redecorating. So we're always adding new different toys and
It's
enrichment.
part of his enrichment.
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool is even though these animals, in the wild, this is a death sentence. But they become ambassadors here, and they'll become ambassadors for you to come see on the new campus in just, what did you say, 18 days?
Well, 18 days we'll be moving out of here, and in 46 days we'll be opening the new place.
Oh, that's going to be so awesome, man. It's a beautiful facility. And what I think I'd like to do now, you were there early this morning when the guys started to work.
Yeah, they were just unboxing.
Do you have some time to run over to the new campus?
Oh, I can't wait.
I want to see her face when we go over there and show them what the guys were able to do in just about a half of a day. So we're going to split. We're going to drive just a few miles down the road to the new Busch Wildlife Sanctuary, and we're going to show you what Custom Cages has been doing. All right, so we are here at the new Busch Wildlife with Mark Beavers from CustomCages.com. Dude, this is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Amy hasn't seen it. I'm not going to show you guys. There's Mark also. There's another
Hey,
Mark.
guys.
And Will Nace is somewhere over there. He's helping out. There's Will. You may have seen him on some of his videos. But right now, I mean, I hauled butt past Amy on
Just to get up here?
just to get up here to beat her. So I don't know where she is. She was right behind me. Now she's taking her time.
Okay, so they're walking.
I think that's her walking. Okay, so let's go out and meet her. The cages are just behind. There's 12 cages?
12 cages, yep. Groups of 2, so 6 groups of 2, 12 foot round each.
Wait until you guys
8
see
foot
these.
tall.
These are awesome, man. I can't wait to show you guys, but hold on. I want to get Amy's little mug here. She's been working so hard to get this sanctuary going, dude. And
When we came down here, what, April, I think? And
Yeah.
we're still just, it was flat ground.
yeah, it's amazing.
Here. A couple buildings, couple posts up, but
Here she comes. Close your eyes, Amy. She's rolling in. But yeah, so I just wanted to say I'm really stoked that I was able to introduce you guys to Busch Wildlife.
Huge.
Because, you know, it's awesome. Like I said earlier, I like to bring good people together. These guys have been helping me with my own home, and I just thought with their resources and know-how with cages, the sanctuary could totally benefit from this. Where are you? Get over here.
All right, I want to make sure I was allowed.
Yeah, you're allowed. Come over here. I want to get your face.
God, you guys work fast.
Yeah, they do. Come on over here. We're going to go through them with you. So this has been a monumental undertaking to build this facility. Amy's been busting her butt, jumping through all the kinds of red tape. So this is nice. This is awesome, Mark. I'm glad you guys came down here to take some of the pressure off of her building these cages, man.
Changes the whole place.
that's, we keep saying the same thing too. Like,
Built up nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
It fills it in perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool?
Well, and it's so hard to figure out like what they're gonna, like the size of them when you're just looking like at the footers.
Yeah, get on in there. Let's go have a look. Come on, Mark. Why don't you take us through and show us what's going on here? Now, obviously, you got to put the roofs on, but these are sun catchers, just like the one you gave to me.
Yep.
These are amazing.
Hexagonal. So 16 panels around. Again, 12 foot wide, 8 foot tall.
This is so awesome. So check it out.
Oh, yeah.
She's definitely an animal person. How
I know,
cool is
because
that
I'm like,
handle?
they can't open the handle.
But look at this. This is great. I mean, you've got this airlock entry, okay? So then you'd come in here, obviously. You shut that when it's built up, but this is awesome, right? Look at
this
the room
is
in here.
fantastic.
This
Well,
is
it looks
sick.
like our shell contractor, we did right by the, you get so scared when you're doing it that you're doing it wrong. Like he was so nervous.
Everything perfect. Perfect.
We went back and forth a few times, making sure that the dimensions were all perfect.
It's so hard too to like feel the spaciousness of it too, and it's just awesome.
Yeah. So the birds are going to be happy in here. And then the cool thing is they make these tabs, right? You're going to just have those L brackets that are going to fit with Tapcon them. They're going to Tapcon them into the foundation. So this is like the best way to erect the Suncatcher, right? To have a foundation like this.
Yes, you want something on the ground. There are people that put them just on the ground, but then you got to worry about things digging in and out.
Right.
A lot of people are not only using them for containing their animal, but it's predators getting to their animal.
Oh,
Correct.
100%. Especially when you're dealing with disabled animals.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
these guys don't have the ability to take care of themselves anymore. That's why they're with us.
Yep.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, this is really nice, just the way it was poured, and then this is going to be so strong if we get any kind of hurricanes and things like that. The cages go together so easy. So you got 12, so they're groups
Yeah.
of 2.
Yep.
So there's 6
total
groups.
cages, 6 total groups.
Let's go have a look.
Well,
This is really
so
cool.
much more room than our
Yeah.
animals currently have. Just changing up that
Rectangle, right?
rectangle. I know, like rectangular.
Yeah, that works. That's a word. That's good. Now,
Into this shape, it just gives them so much more space to move around.
and Mark,
Especially when you're
oh,
cleaning.
sorry, I was cutting you off.
When there's a keeper and they're cleaning and you have this rectangle, there's only so much room for the animals to get away and not feel cornered. There's no corner, so they feel like they can move and not feel you know,
Stressed out.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so excited.
She's a little tongue-tied. Mark, you do a lot of the R&D, right?
Yep, a lot of the R&D. I'm the director of operations, so production.
Cool.
You know, big orders like this, get involved, you know, right down to the install.
Yeah, but this is really great that you're on hand to see this, because I mean, I'm sure when you build, each new project gives you another idea. How can we make our cages better? What can we do?
Add all of it, you know.
Yeah, because I know that when they came down the last time, we started brainstorming, and in fact, later on today, in this video, we're gonna head over to my house and we're gonna talk about a few things that I'd like to do over there, and maybe we could come up with some interesting modifications for the large monitor lizards. But this, I mean, you guys started, what, at 7:30 this morning?
Yeah, starting the crates.
And right now, guys, it's only 10 to 2 p.m. The fact that they got this many cages done, look at this. You've got this one, all these. I mean, this is amazing.
10 are up, we have 2 left to go.
2 left to go. All right, this is amazing. Love it. Right, and then tomorrow you guys are going to do the roofs, and that's going to be the metal covered roof, so these animals will be out of the heat.
Yep, we got the internal bracing that will support the roof structure, and then the stainless steel silver roof panels to kind of help reflect some
Reflect some of the sun. Gotcha. Very, very cool. What do you think, Aim?
I'm in love.
That's awesome. No, and that's what I said. They're so clean, and look at how strong. I mean, this is a really. I think this might even be a heavier gauge than I have. Yeah.
6'2" heavy duty.
Yeah. That's good stuff. I like that.
Well, for us, I mean, yes, we're using it for the birds now, but heaven forbid I had a situation where I had to put some sort of mammal in here.
Right.
I wanted to make sure it was going to be acceptable by Fish and Wildlife, safe for the animals, so.
Yeah, it definitely conforms. I mean, and again, these, what is the official name of this, you calling this? Is it the sun catcher?
And that's a safety catch.
The safety catch, yes, that's right.
Airlock safety catch.
Look at
Yours
this.
would just have 2 doors. Because
Yep.
it's just to get, or no, or did we
No.
do 3 so we could connect?
We did do 3.
Oh, that's right.
No,
So
we
yours-
did 2. I have
2 different sides.
Correct.
So
That's
this
right.
would be what we call a double safety catch, right? Or is it triple?
Awesome. That's amazing.
Double.
Well, we'll figure it out. I'll show you when you guys come later. I wanted to show you. I'd like to do something similar where, you know, you just connect. I guess you call it daisy chain, and I suppose, I don't know.
You can keep, I mean, you could connect these together. At basically any panel you could replace with a door and then jet out on another
Yeah.
side, however you want to do
Super
it.
convenient. The big thing for me, Amy, is that when I did my sun catcher, it went up so quick, and it's sturdy and strong, and that's what I needed. So
See, I don't know if I would have been so quick as to put it up. though.
that's true.
I mean,
These guys are the
yeah,
professionals.
they're just Very incredible.
Yeah, and I'd love to say that we're very fast working, but it is because they're so easy to play.
Yes.
I mean, 3 of us really don't build them. You know, the one guy builds them, and the other 3 of us are just kind of filling in. So I mean,
That's so cool.
We're not,
Is it
you know,
the same
versed in
guy
it.
that drives the forklift like yesterday?
Oh, the other one builds them, Mikey.
That's so cool. They flew in last night. They were a little bit late. The truck driver was waiting. You've been putting out fires for the last couple of years, I guess.
Yeah.
This lady's ready to have her head explode. So it's nice when something comes together so painlessly. So I'm gonna go ahead and let these guys continue working, and then in a little bit, which is literally on the other side of this edit, we're gonna go to Kamp Kenan and we're gonna take a look at my sun catcher, and we're gonna brainstorm some ideas about what we're gonna do in the future. See you in a minute. All right, so the custom cages guys are here, and you know what's funny? It's Mark and Mark, Lance and Mike. I think I got it.
Yeah,
I think that's it. Come on guys, let's go check it out. So the cool thing about this place is that, you know, being down here, I'm able to keep things outdoors, and that's kind of fun. You guys know that. So we just got some guys some fresh fluker food, and these are our radiated tortoises. You're welcome to walk on in and check everything out, guys. So the fun part about showing these guys around is it gives them ideas about how to possibly create really cool enclosures, you know, that you guys can kind of, you're the R&D guys, so it's kind of fun just to see how I do things out here, and then perhaps shrink it down for people that need to do it up north, which is
getting exposure to a lot of stuff that we don't get to typically see in our daily lives.
Right on, man. That's awesome. Any of you guys keep any reptiles?
No.
You don't? All right. Cool, man. Well, these are radiated tortoise. Yeah. These radiateds are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Show you some of the few of the little aldabras are eating, and the more radiateds, and of course we've got aquascape ecosystems here. This is our Badiger borneensis, the painted river terrapin. We're just what I use these for is if the turtles don't get you know, too large, they can stay here their entire lives, but these guys are going to graduate to a bigger pond eventually. And this is the first ecosystem pond that these guys put in, that Aquascape put in for me, and it's amazing. You know, just how clear the water is, how natural it looks, and everything's grown up around it. Then we added a stream that, if you could see the radiated tortoise right there, these guys, the tortoises will drink from the stream, and then of course the turtles can kind of wander all throughout the whole ecosystem, and that's exactly what they're doing. What I like to do is grab some food from our friends at Fluker and just chuck it in, because I don't like to go around empty-handed. So I'll throw it in on this side, and it makes its way all the way over. And the smell is kind of neat because these guys have really good noses and they chomp down on everything. And there's one of those Orlidia. I got to grab him later and put him in the big pond. I've been kind of taking this Orlidia. It's a black turtle right there eating. He was hiding before. I got two out. As they get bigger, like I said, some of them graduate to the big pond. So it's kind of fun. Let's get the lid back on this, and we'll head on over.
Is this just recirculating with pumps and then
it is.
top off, or?
Well, we've got pumps. I top it off with a, I have it on a timer, and then the biofalls is what's cleaning the water. Over here, I may have to do a little quick maintenance. I see some bubbles. What happens over here from time to time is leaves. You can see all these basilisks. Kind of crazy. We have the non-native basilisk.
Yeah, show them one of those, because we've seen the gold.
They're on the log. You see them on the log right there? You might not be able to see it on the GoPro, but we've got a lot of them running around here.
Oh, yeah.
So those are the Jesus lizard. But what's happened here simply is this is about as much maintenance as I got to do every now and again. Is I come on over here, we put some Mexican river rock in. There's Boba. Hi Boba, what's up? Boba and another one of our little radiateds. But what happens is some leaves and grasses shed from the plant, and it kind of blocks the water from time to time. But it's literally, you just pull it like that, and then no more bubbles, and the filtration comes right back again.
What's the spotted one that you're bringing here?
That's the, most likely that is the Indian spotted turtle right there, yeah. These guys are awesome. They're from India and Pakistan, and they're really, really cool turtle. I love these guys. We've got quite a few of them in here now. So I just agitate that, and we're all good.
Almost stop.
There you go. Very simple. Let's jump over. Yeah, it's cool, man. Let's give these guys an offering. Oh. Chuck out some food. Throw it up there. There's an Indian spotted about to take a dive.
Oh, yep.
Whoa! Come on, not on the rock. No. Good man. That's awesome, dude. So I'll just toss this in there, and we'll go check out some of the bigger tortoises right now.
Like a day's feeding one time, and then
yeah, that's it. I mean, I do that about once a day, once every other day. Here's little Timmy and another one of the radiateds. This is part of the fun. I like showing folks around, especially when they are from a manufacturer that, you know, really does good work getting these animals into the situations they need to be in. These are, of course, the Galapagos tortoises. I don't know where Nostradamus is, but he does have food put out for him. He'll smell it soon. But these are our big ones. You're welcome to walk in.
This is a big guy way over there about.
Where is that? Where was he? Yeah, that's Darwin. That's our big female.
What do they weigh?
This one, when I brought it from Marin County, California, we weighed her on the plane. I flew her on a Delta flight. She was 350 pounds 10 years ago.
Wow.
So I'm sure she's gained some weight, and in actuality, I helped her out because when I first got her, a lot of captive Galapagos tortoises have a swelling under their neck. It looks like a goiter, but that's not what it is. And it's, for me, I found to get rid of it was just diet, natural diet. We let her browse, let her walk around. Originally, she grew and lived on a 20 by 20 flat slate area. And that was kind of not conducive to that species. Is someone coming?
Yeah.
Here comes Nostradamus. He's maybe he's late from time to time, but he never misses a meal. That tortoise I got in August of 2004, and it was a little peanut. He was only about that big, and now he's 150 pounds. And he is a boy because he showed me. He's pretty awesome. It's tough to get a dude, you know, so when you get a male giant tortoise, you're pretty stoked. So
pretty personable. I mean, here's your voice and comes.
Yeah, they're amazing. And in fact, if you want, Mark, go ahead and crouch down and give him a scratch on his neck. He's the only one that really enjoys it. He'll just stop, raise up, relax, just kind of enjoy the interaction. And what I'll do while you're doing that, you're keeping him busy, I'm gonna go over here and make sure he gets his meal. And he'll be really thankful that I helped him out. There you go. Now when you stop, you should hopefully get his brain to adjust from, hey, there you go, right down. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, makes me want one.
Yeah, I hear you. That's exactly what happened to me.
Kenan.com, right? You can.
No, unfortunately you can't.
These. You have
Not aldabras.
You have other tortoises.
I do. I have some other tortoises, but actually, if you're interested in a large giant tortoise, and aldabra to be specific, you gotta talk to my friend Sam Pascucci at Florida Tortoise Farm. I think that's what he changed it to, Florida Tortoise and Iguana Farm. But look for Sam Pascucci. He knows what he's talking about. Beautiful animals.
That's full size.
No, this actually is not. This animal's only about 19 years old. This will be about a 600-pound tortoise when it's full grown. So he is maybe like a quarter of the way there. I don't know. He's $150, so he's got a lot to go. And that's what's so challenging about IDing them sexually is they need to be about 200 pounds before you can visibly tell. So I got lucky because he flashed me, if you know what I mean. All right, there you go. And I know for certain that that's a female. And my guess is that Socrates is going to turn out to be a gal. There's just not a lot of male giant tortoises. So we'll see what happens. But it's fun, you know, this time of day is a great time of day. After I feed is usually a good time to see everybody. And that's what we're doing right now. Let's see the cherry heads, how many of them wandered out. Still kind of full sun, so these guys probably won't all be out yet until it cools off a little bit more. But we got the cherry head tortoises over here, so they're just kind of nibbling away. Basically, they are a redfoot that doesn't get as big and keeps that beautiful red head, but there's 16 in there.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a better.
My basement, you keep him up.
Yeah, it would be a lot less stressful for you.
And a sun catcher outside.
All right, so now in here are the rhino iguanas, and this is something I always wanted to talk to you about, Mark, down the road. Like, it's an eyesore, you know, it's just horrible. I'm curious, I wonder if there's a cage we can put next to it, or basically, I don't know if we even would attach it to something else, but or do I just move these guys totally? I mean, I don't know. The rest of the camp looks good. This was back when I was borrowing and stealing for lumber. So I'd like to get something better for these rhino iguanas. And then I'd like to be able to not be like Quasimodo, the hunchback of Notre Dame. So I'd like to stand up in here. But anyway, it's just any ideas you have, I'm always welcome to. And these, of course, are the rhino iguanas. And the female had laid eggs, which is why all this is kind of filled up. I got the eggs out. That's our boy. That's Petro. And then the female's name is Petra. She was in here a little while ago. She must be relaxing. Or is she eating?
And he's going to get mad about it. But I saw something at Busch Wildlife where they built a cage around a tree.
I love it. Yeah, no, I love that kind of stuff. In fact,
there'd be some customization
we
need
could
to
do
happen,
like
but
you know, basically use the existing structure with some angle brackets, tie a roof to it, come out, and then do like a wall structure similar to this, just higher.
See, I
That
think,
wouldn't be
you know,
that bad.
that's the kind of interesting thing. You guys know how to build.
Right.
I don't. But like it's exciting to me, and that's where I love the artistry of it all, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And to be honest, if you look at that ficus tree there, I always thought, how would you build around something like that? But maybe that's a little bit more difficult because of all the different branches, you know?
Depends on how high you want to go up.
Gotcha. No, it's interesting stuff.
Those would kind of be a, you know, on-site modification. I mean, you kind of get the footprint of what you need, and then, I mean, the trimming around everything would kind of have to be done on site.
Cool.
But yeah.
It's cool to know that it can be done, though. That's amazing. And that's, I mean, I'm sure when you guys do things for zoos, you've got to come up with some interesting ideas and things like
The
that.
struggle always is, you know, making sure we're getting accurate measurements, getting sure we're getting accurate information for the location, because, you know, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 miles away, there's a lot that's lost in just pictures and even communication. So, you know, seeing it for yourself is priceless.
It's priceless. Very cool. Come on in. I want you to meet Guapo. Yeah, definitely don't hit your head right here. But this is Lola and Guapo, and these are my Cuban rock iguanas, and these guys I've had for 20 years, and they are just amazing. You can reach down and give her a scratch on her head. Super friendly lizards, man. Love these two. Closest to a dog as you're gonna find with scales, in my opinion.
Really?
And then, yeah, absolutely. And then that there is Guapo, Mr. Handsome, and yeah, he's just out sunbathing here. These guys just got a little food, and now they're just kind of relaxing in the sun. Go ahead, Mike. Don't be scared. Yeah. Very cool. That's awesome. And then we won't go in this one because they're lunatics. These are the blue iguanas, which superficially look the same as the Cubans, but they're actually a little bit different. And then we've got a coastal carpet python, and then the famous Inky, who's looking at us over there. We're not going to go in because I'm wearing sandals, and if I walk in there, that lizard will take my toes off. So every time I feed him with sandals, you got to be a little scared. No, these guys never. No. These guys I trust with my life and your lives too. But that's why we're not going in there. They're lunatics. We're staying away from them guys. But these guys are awesome, man.
Is it just more handling over time?
You know, it's an interesting thing. I got these guys. They were hatchlings. I raised them up for about half a year in a small enclosure. And then once I put them in this, as soon as they were big enough to not fit through this 1.5 inch wire, they lived out in that section, and I would always be in there with them. And for whatever reason, these guys and the rhinos tamed down very quick, but the blue iguanas just haven't done it, you know? So I keep waiting, you know? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I want your heads heading on out, and we're gonna walk just over there. Very cool. All right.
Still something in here?
Yes, we've got the Argus monitor. He might have dug in there. Yeah. So that's, again, it's the monitors that I'm concerned about. I want to get some caging. You see him? Yeah, these guys like to dig. So that's already the Argus monitor. He's hiding out. But yeah, these guys, they're going to be large. So I want to get my ducks in a row to make sure we have adequate housing for them. Whether I build them something or whether it's, you know, a sun catcher, I just got to figure it out. But, it's nuts, man. Now we've got the Burmese python in there. You guys have seen Burmese pythons before. We'll go ahead and leave Buttercup alone. She's probably in her water bowl. But then again, here we have...
We'll tell these guys quick why you have to keep the Burmese inside.
Yeah, you know, so being that we are in Florida and they're an invasive species, Florida Fish and Wildlife makes us keep them in a locked room. So that's where they are, you know. It's when I'm on site, I'll open the door for some ventilation, but basically they stay in a locked room. Can't be outside anymore.
Any screening, nothing?
No, it's got to be a solid structure, and it's got to have a double door entry, and it's just the way it's got to be now. So I will comply. Yeah. When she croaks, that's it for me. No more Burmese pythons. So this is Cayman Creek. This is the newest exhibit we have. And right now you can we'll go in. Let's have a look. Let's go take a look at Lucifer. Come on in here, fellas. So here's Lucifer. Oh, well, watch your toes because of this female snapping turtle. This is Marge. Marge is my attack turtle. I'm more worried about Marge than I am the Cayman that's right over there. But look at her. She will follow me all over. And I am wearing sandals. Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? If you guys know,
snapper or
that is a Florida snapper. So it's a subspecies. But if you guys know who Garden State Turtle and Tortoise is, Chris Leone, nice guy, funny guy. He's got a box turtle that is just as personable as Marge here. But hopefully Marge gets the fact that it's not food. Let's see. She's sniffing the GoPro. She's looking for my finger and she's going for the finger. So you gotta look out. But if you want to have a look, there's the dwarf Cayman over there. Oh boy, oh boy. Right for the sandal. This is nuts. Yeah, I definitely don't want to get nipped by her. Get in there. So we've got different turtle, South American turtle species in here, and we also have, of course, the Cayman, so it's called Cayman Creek. And then we have two smooth front on the opposite side. Yes,
cichlids and tilapia?
Cichlids, no, just cichlids, the South American cichlids, convicts, blue acara. What else did I put in there? There's one more, convict, blue acara. Oh, and Oscars. There's a couple Oscars in there to kind of regulate. And then over here is where the smooth front Cayman live, but they are this time of day in the cave. There's one right there poking out. Let's go have a look. I'll go show you guys an unfettered look, but this female just laid 13 eggs and I'm incubating them now. Cool. So we'll see how they do. Here she is, and the male's most likely behind her. Yes, he is. And yeah, so they just come out here, hang out in the cave all day. We put a couple of redfoot tortoises in this enclosure, and what they're doing is kind of keeping weed management. There are lawn care specialists. So they're just doing that, man. They do all the weeding I don't want to do, except there you go. Awesome stuff. And then of course, some of the South American turtles are in here, and you can see the fish are happy whenever I walk in. So it's pretty awesome. So it's a really cool habitat, and these turtles and crocodilians are making use of it. For sure.
Don't mess with the turtles at all.
You know, that's pretty much what's happened. I mean, they actually cohabitate. They'll hang out in there with the redfoots. Will hang out in the cave with the smooth fronts. It's pretty cool. I don't know. You know, they just like each other.
There's a lot of predatory species, but if you keep them fed,
they're usually no drama. Exactly. All right. And then over here are our croc monitors.
Well, my great-grandpa's name. Fred Grunwald.
Oh, really?
That's my last name.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Might be a distant relation to our friend Fred Grunwald, who passed away. Man, it's been over a year now, and he was awesome, man. So he's the reason I have these Cayman and the alligators. We're not going to all go in here.
No, we don't need.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to show my friends, give them an update on the croc monitor, show you how they're doing. The male and female are both right here. So these guys are hanging out. It's really warm. See, and he's been extremely interested in me because I always bring the food. But the one thing that spooks me is I'm in here with sandals. So I don't want him to get too amped up. But you see that tongue flicking? He's really curious. And that's a good thing. But so far, so good with this guy. He is just beautiful, don't you guys think? He is gorgeous, man. And then
Fairly new to you?
about less than a year.
Okay.
So, you know, it'll be a year, I think in November, or was it maybe, I don't even remember. I think it was November. Do you guys know when I got these? Let me know in the comments below, I forget. But he's awesome. And I really think these are, as far as monitor lizards, they are at the top of the list. You know, they're just incredible. Highly intelligent, very agile as they live in trees. We're gonna let him get close and flick. I'll be brave here. I don't wanna lose a finger, but he's not showing me any kind of sketchiness. So that's cool, huh? What do you guys think? You stoked to see, I'm talking to you guys. You stoked to see these beautiful croc monitors? They are definitely doing well here. All right. She's just hanging out. It's fun. I like these guys a lot, man. And then of course there's the king of the camp. Did he? Is he out? All right. Let's go ahead and lock it up. Keeping all my cages locked. This is the man. Where is he? Slinky. Slinky. Hey, Slinky. Hey, what's up? That is awesome, huh? He's just so curious. He wants to see what you guys are all about.
What do they got?
What's up, buddy? So he's enamored by you guys. Ah, now he's on me. Very good. What's up, buddy? If you guys want to come by the door, Slinky's pretty good, man. I'll let, you know, just don't crowd him, but I always make a fist and let him know it's not eating time. He's just kind of hanging out. But that's a beautiful animal. Yeah, this was like one of my crowning achievements, and I was able to do it with my friend Jerry Wolf. You know, he builds beautifully. And yeah, we made this, originally we were gonna divide it so we'd have 2 sections, which is why we have the 2 doors. But you know, for Slinky, I was just like, you know, I just love seeing him in as much space as possible. That's what's really cool about this. So I let him have the whole thing. And we've got that ecosystem pond, the waterfall, the stream into the pond. We've got African cichlids in there. And you can see this is a pretty darn good lizard, man. I mean, he's just very curious and super friendly. So he's awesome, man. I don't know. We almost lost him a couple of years ago. He almost froze to death in his old enclosure because he got out of his hide during the night. And I pretty much said, if you live, dude, I'm gonna build you the coolest enclosure ever. And then here we are. Here is Lulu's cage, and you guys might see this is be very familiar to you. Yeah. This is one of your cages, man, and she's actually right down there in between the water and the cage itself. So yeah, man, loving it. And this is the sun catcher. It went up so easy. That's what's awesome, you know. Like I said, for me, the hardest was pouring the foundation for it to anchor to, but you can see, I mean, it is completely sturdy. I added, you know, this wood here so I can kind of put my furniture up, and then I also did some brackets that I nailed in just to be extra precautionary. It probably doesn't, oh look, she thinks she's getting fed. She's been getting a lot more. Come here, you want to take my finger off? Yeah, so she's a croc monitor, and she's just kind of having a look, and she's blind in one eye, which is why she's always kind of looking out of that right one. So she's really curious and flicking. I've been doing this with her, just letting her know this is a finger, a hand, this is not to be eaten. And you can see she's not going after the cage, so that's pretty good. But yeah, this enclosure is a lot of fun, man. It's super easy to put up, easy to move around in. And we were talking earlier, originally when I thought maybe I'd do more, I would kind of connect them. But the more I think about it as far as ease of servicing, I like being able to walk into one cage, come out, and then walk into another. And I think that's kind of what might be the best route for me to go to keep it simple.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Just keeping it contained.
Yep.
Easy, you can walk back and forth. Going in one door and going to the 2 is nice, but I think keeping them separate.
Right. The thing that I want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put the foundation out. We're going to add the safety catch. I think that's important because coming down the road, who knows what kind of legislation, new rules Fish and Wildlife's going to come up with. So I want to make sure I have that. But I mean, look at all the room. And what I love also is the height, especially for these arboreal species. These guys are able to just kind of climb high, feel secure at that elevation. And so, like, kind of some of the brainstorming that I wanted to do with you guys, and I can already see Mark's brain working right now, but I'm curious about the next cage. I'd like to do at least 3/4 of it screen, and then maybe just have roof or a solid structure on maybe 1/4 of the roof, just so they can get out of weather, but then we have this screen on top. And I don't know if that's something you could do with a panel or what, or have you ever done that before?
We have what we call aluminum laminate panel. So it's PVC bonded with aluminum sheeting on the outside. Totally, you know, water, nothing will hurt it that way. It's no pores, so you don't have to worry about, you know, bacteria or mold or anything. It is black. We can get it in different colors. It would be a flat roof. You know, you don't have to worry about snow load or anything.
No, not at all.
So yeah, you could, you know, it'd basically just be a panel similar to this. We'd put it on the roof, and then you could do 3, 4, 5 with that solid aluminum laminate, and then do a wire top for the rest of it to have a little bit of both.
That's
You'd
awesome.
still have a little bit of a gap between it. I mean,
yeah, but as long as
rainwater.
Yeah, you guys can see that's the gap he's talking about. It's really, when you're talking with a full-size lizard, it's not an issue at all. So
yeah, that would probably be my recommendation.
Cool.
And then it's, you know, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, it'll fade a little bit in the sun being
Not
on the roof,
worried
but
about
you're not
that.
going to see that.
You know, one of the things, obviously, with Universal Rock, I hide things, and there's even more that, you know, I don't know if some of your customers actually hide some of this sometimes, but, you know, I've in the past taken large pieces of bamboo,
Yep, that's what I was
split them
gonna
in
say.
half, and then you can put them right on. So it's just,
Yeah, see people do it bird cages, and they do that thatch roof on top.
yeah, kind of neat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a really cool structure to begin with. And then you can, like, you know, customize it yourself however you want. But yeah, like, I figured I'm just going to kind of build out this way. And just, you know, I've got these monitors. I want to give them the best possible home. And I love just the ease and then the configuration of the sun catcher. It just works out really well for me. So, yeah, it's good to know you guys. to be honest. I'm glad you're here.
Definitely. Thank you for bringing us here and showing us.
No, this is amazing, man. Before we go, do you guys want to see the gators? They're probably already over here. Mike's found them. You might as well see them. Do you guys make a sun catcher big enough for gators?
You could.
Yeah, probably could.
We've done a falcon run, which how big was that?
Gosh,
We've done a monkey enclosure as well.
really?
Primates. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That is so cool. Let's see where they are. Come on, Dale. Well, you know what? Dale ate a raccoon earlier. Here comes somebody. I could see the water moving. So I think it's going to be my friend. Is somebody there? Oh, yeah, there's our big boy. Come on there, Snaggletooth. Come on. Come on, Snaggletooth. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're big.
I can take a grizzly for that.
Yeah, no. This dude's big, man. He's 12 foot, and he's one of the animals that my buddy Fred entrusted to me here. So there is Snags. Dale's out there somewhere. She, like I said, got a raccoon. My buddy Ruben brought me some raccoon. I don't know how its life ended, but it was dead, and now it is fed to Dale, that is. So, yeah, this is pretty much Kamp Kenan, guys.
It's amazing how much more water's in here than last time.
Yeah.
You were walking out 10 feet.
Yes, that's the cool thing about Florida. There's really two seasons here. There's the wet and dry. And you guys were here at the tail end of the dry season, and you could also tell it's hotter than hell in the wet season. It is Africa hot, they say, but it's pretty intense. But these guys like it. The water levels are up. Everybody's active, and about when you can't deal with the heat any longer, around November, starts to cool off and the rains subside. So there you have it, man. Listen, guys, I really appreciate you coming here and helping out, and just I love, like I said, interacting with you guys, because part of the reason we do things here is to educate our viewers on how to take care of these animals. But what's neat is we can educate each other in the industry as to what's best for these animals. And CustomCages.com, you guys are doing fantastic work with the Vision cages, the Majestic cages. You're also doing aquariums. I mean, these guys are building absolutely everything for the hobbyists out there and zoo professionals. So really stoked that we've become friendly. So we'll see what happens. We're going to come up with something interesting, and I'll be sure to show you guys what we build from top to bottom, soup to nuts, as they say. And I'll talk to you all again real soon. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again later.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed the tour.
Absolutely.
Good deal. Hope you guys enjoyed the tour, and I'll see you soon. Bye.